Hi, good morning, my Flower Garden Escape channel. It's super early. I'm up before everybody else. We're gonna take Coda Bear out this morning, and then once we take her out, I'm gonna get my coffee, and then we are gonna get started on day 2 of the remodel remake of our garden. So let's finish getting ready. Told you, for early this morning, went to bed early last night, so we're gonna get started, and then we're gonna hopefully get this garden done. I'm hoping to get that big garden done so that way we can start getting things ready for this new season. And then I'm hoping to get the front garden done as well, but who knows, we'll see. We'll kind of tackle it on as the day goes. But let's go ahead and take her out. I'm gonna go ahead and take her out, get some coffee, and then we're gonna head out to the garden. So don't forget to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so that way you don't miss out on any of our newer videos. But let's go. See, I know you understand everything I'm saying because you're touching your head at me. Okay, I know this. I'm gonna make my coffee. Okay, and then when I make my coffee, then I'm gonna take you outside and you can go potty. Okay? Does that sound good? Can you be patient and wait? You're not gonna tolerate it, are you? Alright guys, so I'm currently taking her out. You'll see those big old elephant ears? We pulled elephant ears from our front garden right there. And then we just threw them over here into the kind of like wooded area. And yeah, that wasn't so pleasant. Because now they're growing there and they're like freaking humongous. So, I mean, at least they like the area and they're not in my flower bed, except some have now officially popped up. So we definitely have to get those removed. So that way, they don't take over my flower bed. Oh, you see a kitty kitty. Well, I was going to show her to y'all, but she's kind of in the middle of potting right now. So we're not going to do that. Oh! But those are big, aren't they? Come on, let's go. Bring your leash. Come on. Hey, where you going? This way. This way. Goober, this way. Come on. Come on, this way. Come on. Leash in her mouth and everything. Are you done? You feel better? Come here so I can take your leash off. Alright, so now it's a little bit lighter out. I'm gonna go ahead and feed these chickens and collect any eggs, and I'm gonna add some hay into here as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, hold on. got one more day of food, and then I'm gonna have to borrow some money. Get just So they're needing water. I gotta fill up their water jug. I'm not gonna do the hay just yet. Just due to it's still a little dark in there. And it's kind of hard to see, and I don't have my flashlight on me. So I'm gonna wait till a little later once it starts brightening up some more out here. But I'm gonna go ahead and go get the hose. Y'all watch the chickens real quick while I go get the hose and get them some water. Alright, so we got the chickens done. They're fed, watered, and then we'll just put more hay in there later. Probably when I put more hay in there, I'll add a lot of mulch in there. Just give them something to scratch at. Give them something to do so they don't get too bored in there. I'll throw in piles of mulch, let them pick through, get the bugs out and that, and over time it builds up in their pen. So I can always go through their pen and get good fresh soil if I absolutely have to. They're a lot of work. That they are. Stay tuned, because later we'll have a whole video going over what all we do with our chickens. So that way, if you ever need new tricks or need new ideas, you'll be able to follow us on our channel, and we'll have some chicken videos coming too. All right. Picking up where we left off yesterday, I got a lot done yesterday. I'm impressed. Like, I'm just standing here admiring it, it's important to take these moments and take a step back and really look at it and just admire it. I think I like it more now since I've done all this work. I love it. All right. So, so now today, guys, what we're going to be really doing now is I would like to finish out the edge here, going down this way. I've already come up with a great idea for that thing right there, that black metal thing. Oh, that black metal thing over there. Um, and then we're going to kind of pull up this fencing over here, and then we're going to pull up this trellis system here as well. I'm going to pull this. We're actually going to move this. I don't want this here anymore. I think I may end up moving it to another part of the garden. I think I'm going to start keeping my garden divisioned out. So we'll have some trellis systems on the right side, but then some on the left side. But it's going to go straight down. So you'll see. It's going to go vertical, pretty much, not horizontal. I think eventually, over time, I think I may want that tree right there cut out, just so it gives my garden some sunlight. But I'm debating on that, especially with this hot season. So technically with my garden, this part of the garden where you see the cane and lily and that part actually gets more sun throughout the day than this side. So this side is technically considered our shady side. So anything that's not really good with heat, I can put on this side, but things that are good with heat and can tolerate it are on this side. So that's how I kind of have my garden broken up. So when I say we're going to do it vertically, we're just going to have the rows go vertically instead of horizontally, because it'll give us more room, instead of doing it horizontal. So today we're going to get started on excuse me, that coffee went down the wrong pipe. So today I'm going to grab my tripods. I'm going to make sure everything works. We're not going to have no technical difficulties today. That we are not. I'm going to grab my tripod, and then, guys, we're going to get into it. We're going to start digging into this garden and start really getting everything put together. I'm stoked. I'm stoked about hopefully getting it done today. That would be the main goal, is to get this big garden done. The front garden I can do later on. I can do on Monday, because that's not going to take long, along with the side beds. So that ain't going to be a problem. I just need this big garden bed done. That's what I need. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready, and we're gonna tackle this thing out. I'm gonna get y'all situated on the tripod. I'm gonna get my gloves and my rake, and we're gonna start pulling at these weeds, getting everything pulled up and get everything moved around. I'm also gonna try and tackle on moving the irrigation water hoses around as well. So that way they can match with the vertical way that we're going with the garden as well. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. All right, guys. So first things first, these things, they're attached to the table. This, well, used to be table. I'm going to pull all these up, make sure all these got pulled up. And then I am more than likely going to go ahead and move this whole thing. It's already fallen out of the ground. It's going to come apart pretty easy. The hard part is getting it out of all the weeds. That's going to be the tricky part. But I should be able to just pull this up like this and just drag it out the way. I'm actually going to set this on the side of the garden, and deal with it later. We're going to have to MacGyver that situation. And if you don't know who MacGyver is, you should definitely look into it. All right, and now I am going to pull up this irrigation hose. It's a pretty thick hose, so it's not going to hurt it any with me pulling on it, which is good. But I am going to go ahead and pull this up. There's some rocks over there I need to get pulled up as well. That was holding the pole in place. More like a stick. That's what it pretty much looks like right now. And then this happened. Well, I guess it's a good thing we're remodeling and remaking the garden, so that way we could stumble upon a broken irrigation hose. Huh. Interesting. Well, we can officially toss this into the junk pile. Alrighty. So, aside from that, we're moving on. We're gonna pull these rocks out now. Let's get it. I gotta first find the rocks. That is. Alright, there's one. Here's two. Here's three. And then here's a tree. I cracked myself up. Alright, and apparently I have bubble wrap in my garden. How that is even possible, I do not know. Alright. So thankfully, this is pretty loose soil. So everything will come right up. So I really don't need the rake thingy too much. Because it all just is going to come up anyways. As y'all can... Ah! Son of a gun! That went through my glove! That splinter was sharp. I gotta remember, guys, not to just reach in here and grab, because of these wild blackberries. Their splinters in certain parts of the vine, they are very sharp and they do stab through my glove. So I have to be cautious when I do this. Now I could just go through and bring my tiller through, but I decided not to, just due to I don't want the riches in the soil to be gone. So I'm not using the tiller. I'll till the garden probably once every couple of years just to loosen everything up, bring whatever is down at the bottom back to the surface some. But I won't till all the time, like every 6 months or so, like some people do. There is a lot of negatives to tilling the garden all the time. You're not locking in as much as the nutrients and that the plants need to survive by tilling the garden. So it's good to do it every so often just to kind of get it all mixed up in that, but not all the time, guys. This is why you don't let your garden go for so long and not tend to it. So with the weeds, I'm removing them totally out of the garden. I'm not leaving them in there. I don't want the weeds to come back. So with the weeds is you want to pull them all up from the root, get the root and everything out. So that way the root isn't leaving a seed behind, because with a lot of weeds, they seed through their roots. Doesn't necessarily require a little seed or something like that, like your normal plants do. And if you watched the previous video, you would have seen in that previous video where I was showing those seeds. I'm pretty sure I didn't edit those parts out. If you guys haven't seen part 1 yet, look down in the description below and there will be a part 1 to this adventurous remake remodel of the garden. Yeah. And also check that out, as I also showed like the seeds and things like that, different things you look for when it comes to your weeds. Oh, that one I'm gonna have to take the rake too. See, and the rake does help with certain spots and certain areas, especially those weeds that are just not coming up for me. Look, another seed. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. And these things can be everywhere in the garden, and they can get big too. Another seed. And y'all, yesterday after everything was done and I finally sat down and got dinner done, I was so wore out. I was exhausted from yesterday. All right. So these piles, I already got one pile up. I went ahead and got that one pile up that was on the far end, since we're pretty much done over there. These piles I'll put in a pile. With these piles having marigolds in them, I won't give it to the chickens, just due to marigolds are very poisonous to chickens. They're not something you want the chickens to be eating on. So I will not be giving these weeds to the chickens, since the marigolds are in there with it. Kiddos are getting up. So this is the same time. All right, guys, so we're gonna have to take a quick break. I got a 4-year-old yelling for me, so I'll be back in a moment. All right, so I am back. I had to get the 4-year-old situated, get her some breakfast, and get her set up watching her little YouTube kids. So she's eating breakfast, watching her shows, chilling. So hopefully I can get some more of this done and get a lot more cleared out. Because once we get done, if I'm not mistaken, majority of this section's already done. I got a lot of it knocked out. So now we're moving more to this side of the garden, and getting everything cleared out. Now I'm hoping I should be able to, if I move quick and I quit, if I don't stop in between in that, I should be able to get it all done this morning. And then I can start really rearranging, moving things around, getting everything situated to where I need them to be. And then we can kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and get further into this. Let's go. So as you guys remember, I did say we are pulling out all the roots and that from these weeds, so that way they don't regrow back into the ground and they come back sooner than I would like them to. Because keep in mind, we still are going to remulch this whole area, so that way it's got a lot thicker of a mulch area here. This one is a big root. Y'all are just getting nothing but ass in at this point. I made it funny. Alright. Pull the brushes up that keep sliding down my ass here. Alright. Now I need to move this pile over to there to that pile. And then we be Gucci. We get this area all cleared out. That's done. Ouch. There's pricklies there. Apparently I didn't pull everything. Get Hulk mad, you know? And I can't grab it with my other hand. If I could find my other freaking glove, I could. But one glove will have to do, I suppose. One's better than none. There we go. That's done. Alright, so now we're going to move y'all so I can get a better view of this. Now, as y'all can see inside this fencing, I already got all the weeds pretty much pulled out of it. Got this cleared all up yesterday. Now I'm just currently trying to get this all cleaned up and get these weeds out of here. All right, so we got this section done here. We're moving further into this section. This is where it's going to get a little harder and a lot more work because there's a lot more weeds and a lot more we got to work through. So I'm going to pause y'all right there real quick, get a drink of coffee, need something to drink, got to stay hydrated, and catch a breather for a quick second. And then I'm also going to get y'all readjusted to over here so that way y'all are getting better angles and can see everything. And then we'll be back at it again. Alright guys, so really quick, I've actually had a change of thought and a change of mind here. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this fencing pulled up, and I'm going to go ahead and pull the irrigation that's over here, and we're going to move these trellises. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is just till this section, because this section hasn't been tilled in a while. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the irrigation, but I got to run in and grab the battery and my coffee in that because I left my coffee inside. So I'm going to go ahead and go do that, and then I'm going to come back out and we are going to do, I changed my mind. I tell you guys, I'm never constant on anything. We're going to go ahead and till this section of the garden, get a lot of the weeds in that pulled up, and probably go ahead and get this section already cleared out. Now the only section I may not clear till is this part over here, just due to I have my rosemary and some of my peppers still growing, so I may not till that part of the garden, just this section here, because there's nothing really here, no plants or anything, just 2 trellises, so it's a pretty much clear runway except for the irrigation system. So I'll be back, y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, so I got my coffee, I got my tiller and my battery. Now I'm going to go ahead and come down here. I put y'all at a little bit of a higher angle so that way y'all can see this. But I am going to come down here, grab this irrigation part right here, and I'm going to go ahead and unhook it. I don't know if y'all can still see me or not. Hopefully y'all can. I just got to unscrew this. And then, alright, that's done. So I'm going to come through here. Arms weren't almost long enough. And I'm just going to wrap this hose up. This is the Flex dripper system. It's similar to an irrigation system, but this is the dripper system. It's not like the cloth type hose, pretty much, that I've ran through the garden. It's worked pretty well. It hasn't broke or anything. Not like the other one that my old man brought me. That one definitely did break. All right, so we got that one pulled up. Now I just need to move this hose. This is the hose we connect it to run the water through it. So I just got to move this. And then we just have a splint, a Y piece that goes from the faucet, or not the faucet, the water thing that it runs from. I'm just going to set this off to the side. Alright, now what I'm also going to make sure and do is, because we don't have anything in this section, everything's pretty much, we haven't really grown in this section, just due to this section really needed some time. I am going to make sure everything is out of the way so I'm not hitting anything. One thing I got to make sure to do, I'm going to put this right here because there's a stump literally right here. So I don't want to go over in this area with the tiller. Oh. Now I am going to go through to pull this up. We can move this out the way. All right, so that's done. All right, so this will knock out a good portion of this area over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this started, and we're gonna go ahead and till this bad boy. Now the tiller is not gonna be loud. It is battery powered operated. There it goes. All right, here we go. Now, as you guys can see, things are getting trapped up in the tiller. As I pull this through, it'll get unrounded. Now I will stop it just to kind of pull all this off. As you guys can see, the wheats are really thick. This is one thing I didn't want to happen, is it all gets stuck in here. But it's okay because it's pulling and it's doing a lot of the work for me. I do want to grab my glove here because there's stickies in here. Now this will go through and it'll get a lot of the roots in that out. And then all I have to do is go through and get the pieces out pretty much. This just goes to show how bad the weeds are in this part. We would end up having a whole another pile for sure. Definitely at this rate. So I'm getting this one side cleared out, so that's good. And then I just got to get the other. Now, after every use of your equipment, you do want to make sure you are cleaning it out. Things like this can have a equipment go bad a lot quicker than it should because of the minerals and that are in the ground. They can rust things like this. Now, thankfully, I can take these off and be able to remove all this a lot quicker. So I just had to get the gist of it all taken apart, and then I can take it all off. Ta-da! Alright, so Now we're going to put these pieces back on. Alright. And dyslexia kind of kicked in there for a second. Alright. Alrighty. Now, before I get back at it, I'm going to pull all this big stuff up right here. Go ahead and get it all pulled up, because it's just going to get stuck in the tiller again. Alright. So we got all that moved. I'm going to move all this stuff that we just pulled out of it. Alright. Now, let's get back at it again. Alright, and that's the sign we done picked up something we shouldn't have. Oh, it had a mess on it. Alright, back in business. All this on this side is going to have to be done with the rake, and that I won't be able to till it because of this stump right here. So that we won't be able to do on this side, but if I can get my tiller right here. Move all this. This is all done. This section right here, I don't want to go through the tiller because of these big sticks and it being so close to this trellis system here. So I am just going to come through here and do this myself. These weeds I can actually just pull with my regular hand. I'm not really worried about my hands getting dirty. Alright, so now that we got this portion pretty much taken care of, now I can get the rest of this done with the tiller. because there's some pretty big sticks over here. I don't want to run them over. That's one thing with equipment. You gotta know your limitations with it and know exactly where you can go with it. That's for sure. All right. Onward. Oh. Alright, so this area is definitely going to get it all tangled up just due to all these dang viney plants that are growing here. As I kind of figured it would. But it's pretty much getting the gist of them all pulled up here for me, which is kind of nice. Ah! Dang pokey things. Y'all need to be turned. Because we're not over there in that section anymore. Alright, there y'all go. Alright. So, we're currently on this side now. I do apologize, I did not turn y'all. This is all vines, is pretty much what this is. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Alright. So, got that done. Alright. Now, to get the tiller unraveled here. She's picked up a lot of stuff. And I first got to get the blades untangled from her webs. And this is all from the vines and that being so bad. I still can't move that blade. As long as I can get the blade to move some, I can really get this all out. But until I can break that blade free some, can't do scrapatola. Well, I may have to come out of this jacket. Oh, I got dirt in my eye. Houston, we got a problem. Oh, the emergency. I got dirt in my eye. Oh, I really do. That was serious. I had such serious clob of dirt in my eye. Oh, that burned. Alright. Back to what I was doing before I got... Ow! Before I got stabbed in the eye by dirt. So... I need to get this free. Ooh, I just tore a hole in my glove. Now we're gonna make some progress here. Because now I can just pull all this off and not fight with it. So we got all that off. Now we can put all this back on. Got that undone. Now we can move all this out of the way. Because this has already been tilled. Alright, let's get the rest of this done, see if we can get it done. Alright, so the thick brushness it does not like. And apparently, there's a lot more vines in there than I thought. But thankfully, it's not tangled up. It's just big sticks are getting in the way. I would definitely recommend if you're tilling a bigger portion and a lot heavier stuff than what I am, I would recommend a bigger tiller. That way you don't have this issue. Oh. Huh. Alright, so we've made leadway in the garden. We got all this tilled up. We got a pile over here. We gotta move and get out of the garden because it's already all pulled up. I'll move this as I move through the garden. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this tilled up, get this section done real quick, and then start moving back this way to get the rest of this area cleared up as well. Alright, so we got that portion done. I got to move all this so that way we can get to the rest of this. I'm just going to put this all beside that tree over there. Really wish I'd quit getting stabbed by shit. This is probably going to be the hard part, is getting this over there, because these vines just go everywhere. All right, that's done. Let's move along. All right, so we got this portion pretty much done. It's all cleared out. I just now have to come through here and gather the root systems out of the ground, which shouldn't be too hard. Say that now. And get this stuff like this that it didn't pull up. But it'll be easy to pull it up because it loosened up that soil for us. So that's the good thing. Thankfully, it's not too much more left. I think we'll actually be able to get this done before today's out. This section here, I'm not going to do this section here just due to I have pepper plants in there, and I don't want to ruin those. Yes, Ricky Bobby, I know, Mama's my boy. It's getting hot. May have to start taking some layers off here. So right now it's just this section here. I'm gonna pause here at this moment. I'm gonna get y'all resituated. I'm gonna get me some coffee in me. So we'll be back here in just a moment. Alright, so probably as you guys can see, we just have this section here to do. I am gonna go ahead and go through here and pull up the blackberry vines, wild blackberry vines, so that way they're not getting tangled up in the tiller. I did have to come out of my jacket and my beanie. It started getting hot. Of course, as we all know, the more you're moving, the hotter you're going to get. So I was starting to break a little bit of a sweat there. Ricky Bobby's getting mighty chattery over there, so there is that too. So now is only just this section left. And then I just have to go through with my hand and pull all the weeds through here, through the peppers and that. And then I'm also going to pull up this fencing that's right here, move the irrigation hose from over there. And then we're going to kind of see how we're going to lay this all out. I'm going to go through here and get the piles of weeds out. More than likely what I'll end up doing, because our compost pile is definitely overflowing at this point, I'm just going to take the remainder of weeds, put it around this tree right here, move them outside of the garden, so that way they're not gonna rebuild it back into the ground here. Thankfully, I did get a lot of this already chopped up. The tiller definitely worked. I'm glad I changed my mind to go to the tiller, because we would probably only have half of this garden done by now, especially with that little rake in that, trying to pull all these weeds up. So I'm glad I did decide to go through with the tiller. I am gonna have to switch gears kind of a bit here, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't have much room here left on this storage. Okay, so we're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my gloves put back on. We're gonna go ahead and get this finished up. I think we'll be good to get this knocked out and get everything in order. We have some cleaning up we also need to do, so we'll also be doing that today. I'm gonna get my old man, hopefully get my old man out here to weed eat around the garden and things like that, so that way we can get this area cleaned up. I would like to get that done at least today, and get this area around here pretty much cleaned up and ready for a new season, along with bringing in the new year, as we have the new year coming around the corner as well. So I would like to get all this done, especially before the new year, so that way we can enter in the new year as a new us and have everything cleaned up and be ready, pretty much ready to go with the new year. My nursery area, we're going to remake that as well since we're already remaking the garden area. So I am looking forward to doing that as well. But let's go ahead. I'm steadily jabbering on here. We're gonna go ahead and get this done. Bad thing with Selena is she's always putting things down and she forgets where she set them. So here's my glove. I noticed this big old glob, so I wanted to stop and grab it. Alright, so that over there. Alright, let's get the rest of this done. Ricky Bobby's always got to have an input in the morning. I'll probably hear the kids. They're feeding the little chickens right now. I have my older daughter in charge of the younger ones while I maintain the bigger ones because the bigger ones can be a little bit meaner, especially the rooster, the Ricky Bobby, which you hear crowing right now. They can be meaner, especially with the kids. I see them as little people instead of an actual adult like myself. So they feel they can target them a lot easier than they can do us. Alright, that's all out. That's good. We should be able to come through here now.
Mom, you know what Dad is saying?
What?
Oh, my face. Oh, my face.
Victoria loves the chicken.
No! Get out of the football!
I guess I ain't got a lot of ass back here. So it's not really holding up my bridges. Alright. Last little bit of scrap, and then we're done. Alright, so really quickly to show you guys what we've gotten done. I have a little bit of hair in my mouth. I'm going to flip you guys around and go ahead and show you the full garden and show you what we got left to do. Alright, so this is all cleared out. We got this all taken care of. Now we just got to put this over there in that big old pile down there. We got all this pulled. We got to clean up throughout this area and over here in this area. And then finish cleaning up over here. Get everything moved from the stake to down there with the other trellis stuff. Finish laying out the irrigation. We are going to remove that ladder. I got to remove the hummingbird feeder that's on it. And then that should be it that we need to do back here. And then we also got to get the tomato stakes that are over there in that pile moved over to down here so that way we can get all that cleared out as well. So we're going to just I can't catch my breath. We're just going to take a quick pause. I'm going to take a moment to kind of soak in what we've achieved today. I'm really stoked that I got all this done today and it didn't take all that long. It did take all of yesterday due to the amount of work that had to be done, and due to the fact I couldn't run the tiller through a good portion of this area. That oh, here comes my middle one. Don't walk all the way in here with those slippers on. Yes, I like them. Please don't walk in the garden with them on. You're going to get them very dirty at the bottom. And then you're going to attract that dirt in the house, which is not smart. What we're going to do now is I am actually going to go ahead and get the rest of this trellis stuff moved. Get this irrigation moved from right here. I seriously itches right now. And then it's just the rest of the tomato steak. Just getting everything moved around here. Ricky Bobby, you cut me off from my thoughts there. I don't even know where I was going with this now. I done totally forgot that Ricky Bobby threw me totally off. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and move the ladder. I'm gonna move this trellis and get that pile over there, get that stake pulled up, get these stakes moved down there. I'm gonna really blow through this portion. I really won't have y'all record during this time. I'm really about to die. So I'm gonna keep working at this. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few moments.